It was the night before Christmas. I was closing down for business in my little present shop, when the bell on the door jingled once more, and then time almost came to a stop. But somehow I knew, and maybe so did you, that everything would change from now on. Yes, from this Christmas on, from this Christmas on.
All right, forget about the Christmas shit. Hi, guys. All right, well, I don't usually do this, and I did this impromptu thing. Plus, I'm testing my microphone, so I want everybody to help me with the microphone. All right? Tell me how the sound is. I'll be watching you as people join. Welcome. Let me see what my third. Yeah, there I am. I am Sandy Shellis, and welcome to my show. I would like to be able to sit back and go like this and not be lower and always have to do this, which is what's going on. But right now, I have a fan that's always on because I didn't set up the new computer, and that won't be for a month. Sound is fine, Kim says. Ooh, this might be all right. You don't hear the fan. Okay, so today, all right, I started with a Christmas song, but it was very nice. And you better have a box of tissues, all right? I had a shit happened to me. And then we're going to talk about how it happens to everyone. Hi, Brave Blue Raven Art and Craft. You're coming all the way from Australia. That's really nice. That's really, really nice. So I have a lot, we're going to talk about this, but you better have tissues because it's been a hard day for me. And if you're all not, if you don't, it's about loss. And a little about loss, and I'm not going to cry again, because it's horrible. But I'm going to play you a video once you all join, and then we're going to talk about loss, and we're going to talk about the days of our lives, and we're going to talk about how we deal with these things, and maybe we'll play with Twitter and whatever. But this is impromptu. So as people joined, let me see what I have to start with. I'm going to start with, I think this is, okay, we'll start with something cool and something cute. I have a trail cam, and I've been catching, videos of things, and I think this might be one. So hang on, we'll watch something first that's not, sad till you join, and I'll show you, I don't know, I have a lot of stuff set up. All right. This is what I see. Somebody's cat. All right. So we start with the fun stuff. Listen to the birds. Hear the birds? Yeah, it's really cool to have gotten that trail cam. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah. So here we are. We're in this life. We're in this life of it's not easy. It's a difficult life. It's just difficult. The planet's difficult. We're difficult. But animals aren't. And I'm kind of afraid to show you all this, and I know people are joining. But I want to. I don't know. You want me to wait? Since y'all said my mic is good and it doesn't matter if I move back and forth, I have another cute one I can show. I think this is Well, I'm not sure. Okay, here. This is another one on my trail cam. But this is kind of bittersweet because there's been a fawn around, and the fawn is I smushed up berries and I put it in a bowl, and I know the fawn's eating it, but I don't know where the mama is. And this is the mama. Mama's pretty, huh? Is mama pretty? How much of a lag do we have, by the way? I need to time the lag. It's called latency. And I'm learning all these things. Yeah, that's a cutie. So that's the mama. I don't know where the mama, if I get mama again, I am going to I'm going to well, there's the baby is right there, and the baby was looking at me this morning. I didn't have my camera, which I always do. And I I needed, so I put the berries out, and I'm going to see if I can film this baby and keep this baby on the property. All right. So anyway, guys, this is really sad, and I'm going to show you the video I made because it's cathartic for me, but it's going to be sad for you while you're all ready. I know this is an unannounced show, but this is what we're here for. When I sit in the outhouse, which doesn't use any water, look at that, I got a fox. Look at that, look at that. Look at the fox. Yep. It doesn't see me because I am in the outhouse. Look at that. Look at that. Wow, this is a great place to sit. I had to go to the hardware store, so I have to fucking get into the vehicle. And what do I see but my fox on the road? And she must have been hit maybe 10 minutes before I got out of here. And I'm so fucking upset that I know that, I just feel sometimes like I'm just not made for this planet anymore. It's horrible what happens to everything you fucking love. Sorry. My fox. Took her off the road. I hate people. I fucking hate people. I took her off the road. Shit. All right, well, I thought I could take it, but I made it. And yeah, you see what happens here is people are fucking stupid, okay? They go so fast. And I'm far enough away from the road, and she was fine on my property. But what happened was the fucking moron next door that never comes anymore, he just owns this property behind here to hunt. Well, he came today, and I know he scared her. And I know it, because she went out, but it had to be not 10 minutes before, 10 minutes before I left. How do we do that, Jean? She says, dig a tunnel. What do we call I asked for the road department to dig a tunnel. I wish. Because now I don't know where the mom, that deer that I show, where's the mom? I have the baby now. The baby's outside, and the baby's hanging around my compost because there's water on top of it. So I put the berries out. But this is the hard part of living in rural America, and then your schmucky fucker idiot comes and mows his lawn and scares her. And I haven't. Mine's all growing. I look like the low budget house on the street, although there's only a couple houses on the street. But it's just so I made the tearjerker, and because I think we've all felt this, we've all felt this stuff, and that's a whole thing. Where do you put those feelings when that happened? And I just turned around. I saw her on the road. I turned around and I put my flashers on, and the lady drove by. I didn't have my gloves with me because I also have turtle gloves. I used to have turtle gloves in my truck all the time where I could move the tortoises off the road. So I didn't care. I took her by the tail, and Kim, I'm not going to bury her because I got to go back there. And you know what? There's the big blackbirds. They will eat her. I just took her off the road. They will eat her, and it will be a regeneration for she will live through the birds. That's what they do. And, you see it's roadkill, but the roadkill, I drive right, my car by roadkill, and I literally go like this, and I don't look at it. I've had enough of it. We've all had enough of it. Right. I know, sweetheart. Yeah, he said he's seen it. Not to break down. Yep. But people they drive too fast. This is a rural area. They drive too fast. They don't care. So, they dig tunnels under the roads in the UK for badgers and hedgehogs. See, now that's really sweet then. Then the UK has it all on us. Because I had to go fill up my gas can for the lawnmower because I do actually use it to make some trails in the back so I don't get ticks, although I've probably been bitten already. Who the fuck knows? And I'm in the truck stop gas station, which is actually new. It's about, 6-7 miles away from the house. And there's at least two brand new big pickup trucks. I should have photographed it. Brand new big pickup trucks with the trailers, humongous trailers, and they have kayaks on top of them, and just oh my God, these people are so. Who has the money in the United States? It's either they have mortgaged their house. They've lived in a house for a long time because that's America, is where you get your money, is through your property, your house. And that is what I figure, these people have money like that. Well, I'm in the middle of fixing my house. Let's see. Rich says, we have huge turtle tunnel over by Lake Michigan. They were squashing so many turtles. It was causing traffic accidents from slippery roads. Oh my God. That's so sad. So they did that. Coyotes come out night and they do, because there's a lot of coyotes around here. You've heard me. I've played them. I've totally played them. So I kind of knew that you guys would feel this a little bit. It's important to sometimes come together. And I knew I was going to do a show because I felt it, even though I made a tearjerker video. And I want to show you guys I am doing some stuff. And it's good stuff around the house because y'all know, I sold that motorcycle that I couldn't ride. Now let's see what this one was. Well, while I'm cooking, and I know you think it's gross and it's full of hair, but that's not it. Cat TV. Yeah, he does. He likes cat TV. Buddy. What a good boy. Well, while I'm cooking, and okay, that wasn't the right one, but now that I think about it, you see, I am a cat rescuer, and that's one of the ones that came onto my deck. And for 4 years straight, there was a cat. So I have 7, and I take care of all of them, and they don't go out because I don't want them to get killed, because I love them, just as much as I love the fox. And if I could have hug that fox, Lisa Hamilton, you don't feed the deer because it attracts mountain lions. I don't think there's mountain lions where I live. There's coyotes. And this is the first time I fed the deer. People here have food plots, but they have food plots so they can hunt them and kill them. That's the food plot deal. All right, I wanted to find that other one since you're all here and I've got you as captive audience. Then maybe we could do a little bit of looking at the news. Now, did I show you this one already? Well, it was a good thing to sell that motorcycle because This is good.
deck
This is good.
was all bowed and falling down.
Yep.
So all
Some
of
good
that
stuff.
we'll be fixing this and
Yay!
reinforcing it.
At least I won't fall off the deck. Or it won't fall.
Well, it was a good thing to sell that motorcycle because
All right, so that's some good stuff going on around here, but there is a video missing. And I'm going to upload it because there's one I really want to show you, and I don't think it's here. So hang on while I do this because it was a test show, and you are all together. I've got to pull it up. I have to find it because it's not here, but this is this is also something really cool. So you just give me a minute and I'm going to find that one. See, I have to open a lot of files and I'm not screen sharing, so you can't really see what I'm doing. I think this is the one I'm going to open.
all right, so I'm going this way. My lettuce is doing good. I'm just going
Okay,
to show
this is
you
cool.
the one system that is doing really well. Boy, is she that's neglected. Holy shit, I have to clean that. Okay, here's the system. And
This is cool.
the design is wonderful.
Woo!
And all the water now is going right into, oh my God, I forgot to buy something. All the water's going into here. And it comes out here, but we're putting a hose system on it. And it's all ready now. It's really cool. And there is water in it, and you just have to do this. You just do this.
Water is life! Woo! Water is life.
All right, so I'm going this way. My lettuce is
That's the one I wanted to show you. Yeah, I love it too. And it rained, so I say that's the water from the rain. And my helper, who is wonderful, is fixing all of the broken stuff. So yes, I had loss today, and I cried my eyes out, and I felt horrible about everything, and I thought life fucking sucked and hurt, but at least I have this place. And there is one caveat about that fox, and now they will I will have my rabbits back. At least my rabbits will come back. Oh, well, all right. So Jean said, how does it stop the overflow? Okay, there is no overflow because it all comes out of this big pipe. It all goes right down. On the bottom, what we're setting up is a hose, and then I have 2 barrels. So we're going to do an overflow into another barrel. My little helper is really amazing, actually. I mean, I have to say, we're getting the cool stuff done, and I'm pretty happy. Pretty happy about that. Hi, Benny Loco. How are you? How are you? How are you? She says, she's been happy Saturday. Yeah, I wasn't so happy. I don't think I'm going to show my sad video again. I don't think so. But I don't know. Hi, Groot. Hey, Groot, I'll see you when Jennifer comes. We're all going to a party over at Bugs in a Farm jar. Bugs in a jar farm. Juan the pool boy. So, yeah, let's see. So should we look at anything horrible that's going on in the world? I didn't plan that. But I always have, I have something really cute to show you first. This is from Katie. By the way, this is she protects me. Katie sent me this. She protects me, this elephant now. So besides having cats to cuddle up with, I've got this beautiful elephant, and she protects me. She's the protector elephant. So that is very cool. All right, we're going to put on now we're going to do this. Let me make this bigger. Since this is, let's see what horrible things we can uncover. Should we look for horrible shit? Since this is like an impromptu show, and I'm playing. And also, nobody's told me the sound was bad, or it sounds like I'm going back and forth and back and forth. It doesn't. No. Hello, fellow doomers. Hello, fellow doomers. Yes, I was picking out some shit. The Pakistan. I mean, Pakistan has really, really gotten it. I have to make sure that you can hear stuff. Okay, so I shut this. I don't know if you can hear it, but we're gonna test it. It's even more. So I lost a fox, but people in Pakistan are losing their homes. You know, it's all the same stuff that we went over yesterday, basically, me and Jennifer. Oh, wait, that looks like climate change disproportionately affects women. Well, there's an interesting one. There's a lot of women with us today. I never saw this one. I would say, guys, that maybe who votes for looking at this article? Anybody vote for looking at this article? I wish I could I should do a poll, but I never did it. I didn't set up a poll. All right. So how does climate change disproportionately affect women? And by the way, guys, I always sound stuffed up, but it's because I am. All right. So why? Greater risk of heat stroke, increased spread of vector-borne illness like Lyme disease, which I probably have, and dengue fever, which I'm sure I don't. Reduced cardiorespiratory functioning due to worsening air pollution, drought, flooding, and melting ice that puts food and water security at risk. While these are among the many widely known health-related impacts of climate change, Catherine Stone's research shows that when it comes to our changing climate, women are disproportionately impacted, and so is their mental health. Well, we all saw that I had a mental health challenge today with the loss of that beautiful fox that was my fox, who should have listened on my property, stayed on my property. So before starting this research, she says, I had no idea the disproportionate impacts that climate change has on women. That was what I was most surprised about, particularly gender-based violence, which was a particular theme that I was interested in and shocked by, she said. We know gender-based violence increases after enduring extreme weather events. But what about longer weather changes like drought, for example, where women have to go further into remote locations to get resources? Earlier this year, Stone was the lead author of an article published online in the journal Current Environmental Health Reports called Mental Health Impacts of Climate Change on Women. A scoping review. Stone, who graduated last October with her master's degree in health promotion from Dalhousie University, said that while there were studies focused on gender and climate change, or on mental health and climate change, the review stood out because it identified studies looking at the mental health of women specifically in the context of changing climate. To our knowledge, this is the first review that has explored both emerging fields together to uncover what is known about a woman's mental health during the climate crisis. Okay. I am sitting right the fuck here. So I am all you have to know about mental health during the climate crisis because I experienced a mental health trauma today with my baby. And that's so hokey. I know it sounds so hokey. All right. So stigma of mental health is alive and well. A lot of our big climate reports, or even climate reports on health specifically, are starting to put a tiny section about mental health. Wait a minute. In there. But it is nowhere near the extent that physical health implications of climate change appear. That is a gap, and I absolutely think research specific to women, right? And and climate change needs to be bolstered. Everything, in my opinion, should have a sex and gender-based analysis to assure that we're talking about climate change equitably. The findings of their study led Stone and her co-authors to state that in order to ensure women's health and safety, there's a clear need for climate policies on adaptation and mitigation that reflect the unique needs of women. Okay, guys, which means that when the tampons run out, it's called leaves. Sorry. From Australia, Uganda, Southeast Asia to Canada, evidence suggests that women face disproportionate climate-related threats to their socioeconomic position, livelihood, food security, and health, the paper noted. Furthermore, women have limited engagement in climate-related decision-making processes, preventing them from fully participating in climate policy, governance, and various aspects of climate governance and leadership. And that's true in a lot of countries I've studied and looked at. Totally true. If women are not fully engaged in climate-related decision-making, we cannot expect that their needs will be met as climate impacts on human life begin to grow, not just an acute weather event. Stone said reasons for pursuing this line of research were multifaceted, but her interest in the subject of climate change is long standing. Her Dalhousie University master's thesis was Understanding Young Women's Mental Health in the Climate, a Changing Climate in Nova Scotia, Canada. What about us old broads? Jesus, they leave us out. See, we are invisible. We turn a certain age and we're just invisible. Submitted last summer, she said her work in this field was guided by Professors Rebecca Spencer and Dr. Barbara Hamilton Hinch. There was evidence of mental health challenges related to extreme weather, which we're having more of, and extreme weather events like floods and wildfires. And I started seeing the research about what these events can do to mental health. Stone recalled. So, and then I was looking at research of longer term climatic changes that can impact mental health. So sea ice melting, hotter temperatures across the board, drought. There's longer chronic persistent changes that we're seeing. It's not just an acute weather event that wreaks havoc, but longer things that are not going away. I respect your mother. That's so cute. The authors noted globally, post-disaster sites tend to be physically dangerous places for women. In Bangladesh, women reported sexual harassment following an extreme weather event while waiting in line for food and supplies. Boy, this was perfect for today, actually. Women in High River, Alberta, experienced increased rates of sexual assault following flooding there in 2013. Oh, my God. Another study noted that women and girls could face domestic and sexual violence after a disaster, with adolescent girls reporting especially high rates of sexual violence and lack of privacy. After Hurricane Katrina hit the U.S. in 2005, women surveyed from one internationally displaced community reported a significant increase in gender-based violence. This further increased their risk of developing MDD, major depressive disorder, and suicidal ideation. In one Australian study, women expressed worry about what would happen following the next flood because of the increased incidence of domestic violence that occurred in the aftermath of the previous one. And this really just sucks to read. As a person who has survived violence, and some violence that is not pretty, it's horrible to hear this. Women tend to bear the brunt when there's civil unrest, where there's change, when there is some sort of burden on our society or on a community. Women tend to bear the brunt of that. What women experience in the aftermath of extreme weather events provides insight into what can be expected following more prolonged climate-related changes. One study reported that because it is often a woman's responsibility to clean and cook and ensure family well being, their work was significantly heightened after a major flood in Alberta, Stone said. Similar to that with ice melting in Inuit land in Nunavut, impacting hunting and traveling, women reported skipping meals, reducing the size of their meals, selling their personal items, all to keep their families fed at personal cost. The review also noted that after the 2013 flooding in Alberta, there was an increase in the numbers of women getting prescriptions for anti-anxiety medications and seeking mental health services for depression and anxiety. Women living in rural settings and with low socioeconomic status are at even greater risk for gender-based violence as a result of climate change. They also tend to face greater hurdles when trying to flee domestic violence. In addition to gender-based violence, this is just so lovely, and the burden of responsibility when it comes to caring for children and families, there were three other main themes highlighted in the study. One of them was negative mental health outcomes. Stone points to studies from around the world that highlight women's negative mental health outcomes specifically related to various aspects of climate change, including anxiety, depression, worry, stress, and sadness, everything I went through today. And that's not because of climate change. That's because of fucking moron human beings. Okay, there's anxiety about food security too. And this is all related to our changing climate from Inuit land north of Canada to floods in Nigeria, Stone said. They're anxious about health and safety of our children. Anxious about water and water quality because of floods. Connection to land, culture, and tradition was another identified theme. We talked about women in Nigeria and the home and how that is such a special, sacred place and a sense of comfort that can be totally wiped away by floods related to climate change, Stone said. And then the women in Fiji and New Zealand, which is just recent New Zealand. And I saw pictures from someone that lives there. Had to stop hunting and hiking and doing summer activities and traditional family things because of climate change. And they were particularly hurting and sad because of that. We are all in this together. The final theme that emerged was importance of intersectionality. I try and do everything with an intersectional lens. So then there's a white supremacy racism component to all this as well. Stone said, we could talk about resource extraction near indigenous communities and how that's related to climate change and gender-based violence at the same time. Stone said that climate change is closely related to colonialism and resource extraction, and there are many links that point to the necessity of following indigenous leadership. Indigenous people make up about 5% of the world's population, but protect over 80% of the world's biodiversity. So land defense is something that we need to talk about more, Stone said. We need to talk about treaty rights and climate change. We need to talk about land rights. Stone said she's moved by and often recalls the words of Namonte Nakimo, an indigenous leader in the Guarani community in Ecuador, who in 2020 was quoted as in The Guardian as saying, "We are all in this together. We need the world to recognize this." Yeah, we need the world to recognize this. This isn't just indigenous peoples fighting heroically and risking our lives to protect the land. This is about all of us joining together across cultures, races, and classes to change the way our global system works. Lisa says you lost me at intersectionality. We'll go into that a little further on what I think it means. So another key point was inclusion in decision making around climate crisis. While looking at photos from the United Nations COP26 climate summit Oh, God. In Glasgow last November, Stone said she was struck by the number of men in suits and how very few women were represented by comparison. In climate leadership, they're missing women, which has really significant impacts on our health. Because if we're not at the table to make equitable decisions based on climate mitigation or climate adaptation, forget mitigation. We might not be protected, she said. The climate movement has been really disproportionately white and male for a really long time, and that needs to change. While women might not be well represented in leadership, Stone said, it's important to know women are doing amazing, I agree with this, amazing climate work. From community leaders at grassroots level to women working for NGOs. Despite the doom and gloom and hopelessness many people feel around the subject of climate change, Stone finds inspiration from people dedicating themselves to climate work and who continue to protect plants, animals, people, oceans, and other waters. This is what always inspires me and what makes me want to keep doing this work and what makes me want to keep thinking about it and keep doing things about it. She said, it's the antidote to eco-anxiety or eco-paralysis, whether it be listening to podcasts, following people on social media, and just being involved in conversation and see what folks are doing about this worldwide is really inspiring me, and it does me too. It does. No one-size-fits-all solution. What Stone wants healthcare providers to take from her work is an awareness of climate change impacts women and to consider them when planning for their patients, especially young women who are seeing impacts of climate change from a young age and potentially experience them or afraid of experiencing them. Climate change needs to be part of health work, and health work needs to be part of climate change work, she said. She also wants to see more research about how mental health can be positively or negatively impacted by climate change. As one example, she'd like to learn more about something referred to as post-traumatic growth. This is a phenomenon where people find healing and purpose and community following an extreme weather event. And I have to say, when the tornado hit us in 2017, I had Environmental Coffee House, and I was so grateful. And I made a ton of videos on Facebook, at the time, talking to the followers, that, and some of you are still with me. So climate change, she hopes it opens up important conversations in the broader community. Climate change and the impacts of climate change are not distributed equitably, and that is something we have to take with us when we're talking about climate solutions, whether that's mitigating greenhouse gases or adapting to already experienced changes in the climate. We can't dream up one-size-fits-all solutions. We need to see climate change as deeply intertwined with racism and misogyny and colonialism, and that is the only way we'll be able to create solutions that truly work for everyone. Hey, I thought that was pretty damn good, and I didn't even look for it. I swear to God, guys, I didn't look for it. I did not. It just popped up, and I really do think that worked. Hi, Scott. Oh, you won't. Scott, when did you come? You missed the whole thing. But you know what? Yes, Jean, we do. And I didn't plan that. Honestly, I didn't plan that article, but it's good for us. And there's a lot of women that follow us, and there's a lot of women here today. And you know what? Maybe there's 32 people, but 32 quality bitches. Yeah, we're the bitches here. We're the doomer chick bitches. Now I'm getting silly. I really, literally, if I didn't curse, I could have cut that part and really made a little clip out of that, because it was good. I got to see this chick's name. Yeah, she's a master's student. I remember when I was there. Yvette D'Entremont. And she is a bilingual writer for the Halifax Examiner. Yeah, it was good. It was pretty good. So how are you guys today? I don't know if I should show that video again. I think Scott needs to see it. But yeah, we're good. So I think this was a little decent show. Hi Jean. And yeah, men need to be need support in not hiding or suppressing their feelings in this culture too. Amen. That's we'll applause that. Okay. Yes. And we support the men on this channel because we love men and we love women. But the ugly part of humanity, I don't love. I really don't. Oh, thank you, Hans. I'm a sit-down comedian. I'm a sit-down comedian. Well, if I get a desk where I can stand up, it might be better. And I might be doing, I might be doing that in my office. So maybe I'll have a desk where I can go up and down. I don't know. I have to make it work for my, disabilities and all that other shit. Well, it's been like really good having you guys with me. I've got my lower thirds. I've got my like and subscribe stuff and my buy us a coffee because you're so fucking generous, all of you. And I'm turning that off. That wasn't even it. I'm not a fundraising grifter bitch. Now, empathy is gender neutral. Absolutely. Well, because all of you dudes on this channel all have empathy. You're all feeling, guys. I know it. Why do you follow us? Because you feel us. Because, and I'll tell you what, Nicholas is an empathetic person. And Jim has his moments of empathy. And I think he's, we're all empathetic here. And all of you, Jean, we love you too. I just don't know whether I should show my tearjerker on the way out. Well, rewind. Don't forget there's Divided We Stand tonight. Brian Weinstein's channel. Don't forget it. And usually there's a pretty good chat in there. And Brian has his political views. Lisa, thank you. Midas Lisa and Midas Ken and Karen, I love you. And Kim, I love you. I am full of it. You follow for the food, the drugs and stuff. All right, sweetheart. Yes, tonight. I'll be there. I'm glad I did this today because I feel better and I got to show you all the water system. And my garden is a bit neglected and I will be out there tomorrow weeding a lot. There's a lot of stuff to do, but there's a lot of stuff getting done. And this winter, I don't think I'm going to have to worry. The big thing is about my deck falling and crashing. So that video just makes me happy, but I just don't know which one it is because I didn't name them. But anyway, love you guys and thank you for coming to my impromptu Saturday afternoon. Well, it was a cry fest because I cried for a good hour. And what happened? What do you have? Fox Zachary sign at the end of the driveway. I didn't even get a chance to put that up. And I did not get a chance to put up Beware of Spider because I had the second JoJo spider up on my deck, but then he was gone. So I'm figuring my guy that's working on my house who dropped in from, if there's not heaven or hell, but this guy dropped in. And I mean, I knew him. Boy, is he doing me right. I can't tell you that that's the good stuff in life. When somebody does you right and I'm doing him right. Yeah. I wish actually I do have a little cute picture, but I don't think I downloaded it. And this kid is so sweet. I didn't even show you the blueberries. I made jam and I made I made so much food, but that's why my garden's getting neglected. But I wish I could show you this. Well, I probably could. Jerry's so cute. He's like, okay, there's my new son. Wait, we'll go there. There's Jerry. Okay, there we are. And he's working on my house and I didn't upload it, but he's just a doll and I'm really really grateful. I have a lot of gratitude. Peace out, guys. I love you. And thank you. Very, very good. No, he's not a boyfriend. She says I'm getting personal here. No, he's working for me because I have the money since I sold my Harley to fix my house, which is like, that's another applause. Okay. I have one thing to do before I leave, which I did not do. And this is so super important. Whoever hit my fucking fox, fuck you. You killed my baby. And I think I don't know if I had a picture of my baby. I don't know. Oh, that's my other baby. Okay. And that's from Katie. And she knows who she is. Good night, everybody. Or good afternoon, everybody. It's still early. What should I end with? Well, I could just show you, I think this one. I'm going to end with the mama. I hope I find her. I do. When I sit in the outhouse, which doesn't use any water, look at that, I got a fox. Look at that, look at that. Look at the fox. Yep. It doesn't see me because I am in the outhouse. Look at that. Look at that. Wow, this is a great place to sit. I had to go to the hardware store, so I have to fucking get into the vehicle. And what do I see but my fox on the road? And she must have been hit maybe 10 minutes before I got out of here. And I'm so fucking upset that I know that, I just feel sometimes like I'm just not made for this planet anymore. It's horrible what happens to everything you fucking love. Sorry. My fox! Took her off the road. I hate people. I fucking hate people. I took her off the road.